नगरी तुल्यन्निजान्तर्गतं पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिरिवोद्भूतं यथा निद्रया यः साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयं तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्रचित्रीकृतं मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महायोगी वयस्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ मंत्र 4 यद्वाचा अनुद्युदितं येन वागभ्युद्यते तदेव ब्रह्मत्वं विद्धि नेदं यदिदमुपासते। So, may you know this that alone to be Brahman, which is not revealed by the speech, but by which the speech is revealed, by which the words function, by which the word is understood, by which the word is heard, everything you can take. So, and not this that the people worship, Tadeva Brahmatvam Vidhi, that alone is the Brahman, and not that the people who worship as an object. People worship, as a object. Parmeshwara is worshipped as an object. So, na idam yadidam upasate. Well, that is not. Brahman is not the object of worship. Anyway, so we were seeing yesterday that shrotrasya shrotram manaso manaha etc. So what is not revealed by the words, what is not revealed by the ears, what is not revealed by the eyes, but by which eyes are revealed and all objects of the eyes are revealed, by which ears are revealed and the objects of the ears are revealed. Everything is revealed by that Brahman, that is self-revealing you, because that is all what is revealed is an object of knowledge. And therefore basically even the sense organs are also objects of knowledge, and therefore they are all revealed by the self, which is self-revealing. I am the one who is not, the subject is never available for objectification, and therefore Shrotrasya Shrotam cannot be other than me. And therefore, and I, the consciousness which is self-revealing, because if I am revealed by something else, then that becomes a subject, I become an object. Anyway, so that subject, that consciousness is Brahman. This is Mahavakya. That subject, the consciousness is this is Brahman, and we have seen the meaning of the Brahman, which is limitless. Limitless means what? Limitless means there is no limitation of time. Limitless means there is no limitation of space. Limitlessness means there is no limitation of object. That is what I am seeking. What you are seeking, that you are. That's what it is. So I am seeking timelessness, and therefore I am Brahman, means I am timeless. So no limitation basically. But I am not seeking timelessness, but that's what I am seeking. Time should not affect me. Time, any aging also is nothing but is an effect of the time. No one wants a change, a little bit of change in the body. And therefore, in terms of, one is growing old and etc. Basically, and I don't want to die. So if you don't want to die means you want to come out of the effect of the time. Yeah, I want to come out of the effect of the time. Well, you are timeless. You are Brahman means you are timeless. You do not have any limitation so far as time is concerned. So, so you are what you are seeking. That's what it means. Anybody, not you. Any human being, whatever any human being is seeking, that's what he is or she is, etc. So, very beautiful thing. So, what this consciousness is Brahman, which you are seeking in and through every activity. That's what you are. So that is a timelessness. Okay, then the second thing, space-wise also I don't want any limitation. No, Swamiji, I don't think so. Well, that's how you are right now confined to the home you don't like because of pandemic. You want to go out, but you cannot. Swamiji, what can I do? I had to attend a marriage in California, but I cannot go because of this situation. And etc. etc. These things. Or I want to go to India and I cannot go, whatever. So what I am saying is, space-wise also, place-wise, I don't want any limitation. I should be present. Where I want to go, I should be present. And you find some time that you are not able to go. You are not able to be present in a certain occasion, etc. etc. So that time you feel the limitation that you are confined to one place and then you are not at another place. So this is a place-wise limitation. Well, don't worry. You are everywhere. That's what it means. Space-wise, you don't have any limitation. Why? Because you are Brahman. You are limitless. And therefore, you don't have any limitation. And then object-wise limitation. Bapre, that's a big samsara. Ayyo. What I want to be in my life, Swamiji, I could not gain that thing. I could not become that thing. I could not do that thing. So you want to become so many things in the world. Whenever you go to the world and you attend a musical program, you feel you would have been a musician, you would have been a singer, you would have been a painter, you would have been a big manager, you would have been this. A process of becoming, if you remember Pujya Swamiji's word, process of becoming, that's an object-wise limitation. You are right now at one object, you are a particular person and you are not happy, you want to be something else. It's a big problem, it's a huge problem. When this is a problem, there is no solution in the world. Anyone who is what he is not satisfied. He wants to be different. He wants to be different. Because that's what shows a object-wise limitation. You are one thing and you are not any other thing. Well, therefore, don't worry. So basically you are all objects, nothing to worry. So no object enjoys independent reality without the reality of Brahman. So every object is Brahman and that Brahman is you are the Brahman. So nothing to worry. So the Brahman is limitless. And that's, to make it more clear, it has been told, Ekam eva advitiyam. So, advitiyam. Ekam, say, there are two things we have to remember here, Ekam and advitiyam. And, okay, let me explain you that at the end. Okay, and so Ekam eva advitiyam means there is no second thing at all. And that is a common sense. If there is something called limitless, then there cannot be any other thing other than the limitless. If any other thing is there other than limitless, means limitless is not limitless. And therefore there is, but Swamiji, can there be two limitlessnesses? No, there cannot be two limitlessnesses. one limitless. Otherwise one limitless limit the other limitless. And if it limits, then therefore there is no one, out of the two, no one is a limitless. So limitless can be only one. And if Brahman is limitless and that Brahman happens to be you, you are limitless. There is nothing other than you. And that's what it wants to convey ultimately. So a second thing always causes three types of Veda and differences in a given thing. So if there is a second thing, here it has been told Brahman is Advitiyam, right? And therefore Dvitiyam means second. Advitiyam, not second. There is no second thing at all in the creation. And therefore, there is nothing other than you. Whatever you are censuring, that is also you. Oh, I don't like this lizard, Swami. What can we do? But that is also you. So everything is you. Everything is Brahman. And you are Brahman. Shrotrasya Shrotram, that is you. Consciousness is Brahman, that is what Mahavakya is. And therefore, basically, Brahman is everything, that's not. The equation is, you are everything. You are Brahman means you are everything. Anyway, this is just by the way, but a second thing, well, can cause three types of Beda, differences. And I have told you Sajatiya, Vijatiya and Swagata Beda. So Sajatiya Beda also we have seen that, a limitation caused within one's own species. Moment there is a second thing, definitely it is going to be it is going to limit me. Moment there is a second thing, that's all. I am automatically limited. When you start counting second, third, fourth, means everyone is limited. What is first is limited, then only you are able to count the second. Once limit is over and the second thing's limit starts. That's how you are able to count various things. You say, I have Swamiji in my basket there are 6 apples. How can you count 6? Oh Swamiji, this is 1, this is second. So you are seeing the limit of everything. Anyway, what I am saying is a second thing can cause a 3 types of Beda, difference in a given thing. And therefore Sajatiya means basically, if you take any tree, well, then there will be another tree. And therefore one limits the other. And that is called Sajatiya Beda. The Beda, the difference between the 2 trees is Sajatiya Beda. The difference between a tree and a stone, Vijatiya Beda. And that is a limitation caused, by things of different species. Limitation caused within one's own species is a Sajatiya Beda. And Vriksha is a Jati, Vrikshatvam, treeness. So both the trees have a treeness. It is common between them. That is a species. But one tree is limited by another tree. That is a Sajatiya Beda. A limitation caused within one's own species. Limitation caused other than, by the things of a different species. That is a Vijatiya Beda. And therefore you will find a difference between a tree and a stone, or tree and a dog and whatever. And there is a third one, is a Swagata Beda. Differences within a given species. Take just one member. Now I have told you there are two trees. The difference between the 2 trees, definitely it is a Sajatiya Beda. But now take one tree itself. Within one tree there are differences also. And in terms of flowers and fruits and branch and bark and everything. Trunk and leaves and roots. So that is how in a given tree also you will find there are various limbs. So that is also Swagata Beda, we can say. So, 3 types of Bedas are there. Now take our own body. Just take our own body and you will find one can see all the Bedas with this. It has a Sajatiya Beda also, because there are many human bodies. This is one body, then there is you are in front of me right now also, and so you are having another body. So difference between this body and the other human body is a Sajatiya Beda, because both are human ultimately. So Manushyattvam both has, that is a common between them. Then it has a Vijatiya Beda also, definitely this body and a dog's body, or this body and a computer, this body and a laptop, etc., etc. This body and a clip. That's a Vijatiya Beda. And the one particular body itself has a many Bedas in terms of limbs, head and hands and eyes and legs and everything. So shoulders and all these are definitely within one body also there are many limbs, and and every limb is different from other limb. What is eyes is not the shoulders. What are shoulders are not the legs, and therefore this is also difference. But within one member itself, within one thing itself, one object itself. So there are 3 types of Beda: Sajatiya Beda, Vijatiya Beda, Swagata Beda. All these Bedas are there. If any object possesses the Beda, then definitely it is limited. Definitely. Basically if there is a second clip, Sajatiya Beda, both are clips, both have a jati, both have a species what? Clipness. And therefore there is another member, right? And therefore this is also limited, this is also limited. So definitely anything which possesses Beda will be always limited. Either there will be Sajatiya Beda or there will be a Vijatiya Veda, or there will be a Swagata Veda. Within one itself there are different parts. So you write this is one part and this is another part, and in between that is some component which joins them. That's the third one. So this is within that itself also there is a Veda. So limitless means it doesn't have any Veda. All the Vedas are not there in Brahman. If you say the Brahman means limitless, we have seen yesterday the root meaning. Brahman means limitless, then it does not have any Veda. Means what? There is only one non-dual Brahman, that is revealed by the Shastra and here. And since there is no second Brahman, there is no Sajatiya Veda. There is a second clip, and then only I can say, between two clips there is a Sajatiya Veda. And so if Sajatiya Veda would have been there in Brahman, then there should be second Brahman. But second Brahman is not there. Because why it is not there? Because Ekam Advitiyam, so it has been told Ekam. But when Upanishad uses the word Ekam, by that it knocks out the Sajatiya Veda. There is there is nothing other than Brahman. It removes the Vijatiya Veda, limitation caused by different species. So word Ekam indicates that there is no Sajatiya Veda, no Vijatiya Veda. There is no second Brahman, therefore there is no Sajatiya Veda. There is nothing other than Brahman of a different species. There is nothing other than Brahman, and therefore there is no Vijatiya Veda. And word Ekam indicates this. Ekam is equal to Sajatiya, Vijatiya, Veda Rahitah. It is devoid of these two Vedas. And Advitiya, Ekam eva Advitiyam. Advitiyam means there is no second thing. Here it knocks out Swagata Veda. Because thing can be one, but in one itself there are Veda, Swagata Veda, I have told you. And therefore, Brahman is one, but itself has many components, many limbs, many avayavas. Nishkalam. Mundaka Upanishad says, Nishkalam Brahma. This Brahman is without any kala, without any limbs, without any avayavas. And therefore Brahman is niravayavam, and therefore within itself also there is no Veda, Swagata Veda. And therefore that is indicated by the word Advitiyam. There is no second thing, even though Ekam. But then Ekam is there, why Upanishad has to use Advitiyam? Because within, even if there is a one thing, in fact in the creation, any one thing is not one. Any one thing is not one. You can start from the smallest particle to the biggest object in the world, in the universe. Any one thing is not one. It is a composite entity made up of so many things. A one flower is not one flower. One tree is not one tree. A one clip is not one clip. A one book consists of several pages, and any one page is not one page. It has several components. So that is how. So it should be told here Advitiyam also. There is no, even though Brahman is one, but there are no components in that. Brahman is basically Niravayam. Brahman does not possess any limbs. Which does not possess any limbs will be limitless. Will be limitless. Anything which possesses limbs will be limited. Anything which possesses limbs will be having a form, and therefore it is limited. Anything which does not possess any limbs, it doesn't have any limbs, then it will not have any form. So it will be limitless. These are all certain principles. And therefore, but how can you say there is nothing other than Brahman? Okay, you are Brahman. I understand. Okay, you are Brahman. That is all right. Because Shrotrasya Shrotram, etc., and that is subject, that is me, and that is consciousness. Okay, self-revealing, which reveals the Shrotra and everything. Okay, I understood everything. But then basically there is other than me, body is other than me. You only told it has the 5 features. It's the object of your knowledge, object of consciousness. So consciousness is one thing, that is subject, and object is another thing. Object is inert, you are conscious. And therefore there are two things. And that way you consider there are thousands and thousands of things. How can you say there is nothing other than Brahman? How can you say that? Well, that's how we have it is to be made clear, of course, that Brahman alone is a Satyam and everything else is Vikara. It is simple to understand. How, Swamiji, you are jumping, it seems. No, I am not jumping. If I am telling you it is limitless, means if there is any other thing other than Brahman which you feel right now under the spell of ignorance, well, definitely Brahman cannot be called limitless, because other thing is there. When other thing presents itself, you become limited. Whether it is of the same species or it is of the different species. That is not the question. What I am saying is, if any other thing is there, if you can count even a second thing, it may be a particle, still Brahman is not limitless. Brahman is being limited because you have counted second. When you count second, then automatically it has its own limit, it has its own dimension. And therefore when Brahman also is one thing and this is second thing, then Brahman will have its own dimension. Otherwise, how will you count second? Just think today. How will you count? Counting is possible when? 1, 2, 3. Counting is possible when? Can you count something limitless? If something is limitless and then there is something else, can you count? You cannot count. And therefore, when you start counting, automatically you have in your mind that the clear boundaries are there of both. Then only you can be count. And therefore, basically, if Brahman is limitless, other than that, what you see basically must be apparent. It is apparent. It is mithya. And that is why I told you it's all, but Swamiji, there are so many modifications going on, and yeah, they are all apparent modification. Yeah, I gave you example of a rope yesterday. There are apparent modifications of the Brahman. All apparent modifications of Brahman, that is, one is telling it is a streak of water, another is telling a crack in the earth, and the third one is telling a garland, and fourth one is telling a snake, and fifth one is telling a cable. All modification of the rope, apparent modification. Do you think there are 6 or there is 1? There is only 1. There are not 6. One rope plus 5. Cable, garland, and all. You cannot count. So all are apparent. That is what the I have told you, Vivartopadan. Brahman is Vivartopadan Karanam. Means what? Brahman being Brahman appears in different forms. That's all. And when it appears in different forms and they are all objects of the consciousness, you feel oh. And therefore all these are several things are then. Brahman also is one of the thing. If Brahman is one of the thing, it is not limitless. When you say it is one of the thing, everyone is limited. And therefore, please understand, I am holding on to the word Brahman. I am just holding on to word Brahman. Why Shastra is using the word Brahman? Shastra would have used the word Gagabuga. Shastra would have said, well, you are consciousness and that is Gagabuga. But it will not. It says you are Brahman. You are limitless. And limitless means there is nothing other than you. Then if you feel that there is something other than you, that is all inert world, and you are the conscious, you are the consciousness, and all these are objects of your consciousness, that is you. As you are a knower and everything is known, which is different from you, well, you are under the spell of ignorance. Just hold on to word limitless and then try to understand everything. Just hold on to gold and then try to understand all jewelries in the shop. Please, hold on to that thing. If you hold on to that, then when you go through the shop, jewelry shop, and you see varieties of the jewels, you will not miss. You will not miss Advaita Drishti. You will have Advaita Drishti. You will not miss gold. If you have already ascertained that everything is gold. All these are apparent modifications of the gold. If you have understood it properly, then even while doing a transaction with the so-called jewelries, buying, selling, whatever you are doing, well, in your mind you will not miss gold. That's what it is. Gold as though limitless. I mean, limitless means in terms of the whole entire world of names and forms, entire world of jewelries. Here that is just gold. That is how it is. And therefore, gold alone is Satyam and everything else is Mithya. And that is very beautifully told in Chandogya Upanishad in 6th chapter, in the first khanda itself, first section and the 4th mantra. And Puja Swamiji used to quote this mantra and telling that this is the bread and butter of Vedanta. And that is Vacharambhanam Vikaro Namadheyam Mrittika Ityeva Satyam. Vacharambhanam Vikaro Namadheyam. All these vikaras, the modifications are Vacha. All the modifications are really not modifications outside in the world. They are all modifications in your tongue. They are just words. All the modifications are words. A streak of water is a word. There is no streak of water outside, it is rope. There is the cable, it's a word. There is no cable outside, it is a rope. Could you follow what I am saying right now? I have given you an example that. Anyway, so there is no snake. Snake is a word. In outside world, it is rope. I mean, in our example, Vedantic example, everywhere Swamiji is telling there is no snake, only rope. Don't, in our area, there are several snakes, of course. I daily meet. I know, I don't want to say anything more, which are very poor, very innocent when they are moving on the road and Ram, get crushed. What I am saying is, so a streak of water, it's a name, Vacharambhanam, Vakeva Alambanam Yasya. Tat Vacharambhanam, Vakeva Arambhanam. So the object is not created. Object is created in your speech. I mean, it is just a word. Vacharambhanam, Vikaro na. Vikara means all the modifications, all these karyas, all the objects. Well, Vacharambhanam, Vikara, Namadheyam, Namamatram, merely words. Mrittika Ityeva Satyam. The clay alone is the reality. The pot alone is just a name. Corresponding to the word pot, there is no pot. Corresponding to the word pan, there is no pan, etc. Whatever it means, varieties of the objects are there. And in the clay world, all is nothing but the clay. That is Satyam. And what you are saying as a pot and everything, that is Mithya, because they are just apparent modifications. Apparent modifications. So, but modification, why are you saying? Because forms differ. There is one form, and then there is a second form, and there is a third form, and the fourth form. So at the level of form, not at the level of essence, not at the level of material, you won't find any difference. That's a Satya. Anyway, so there is no second thing. What I want to convey is there is no second thing. Don't think, well, Brahman is consciousness and that is subject, and there are all other, this inert world is there which are object of this consciousness. That's not correct. And therefore, there is no Vijatiya Veda. There is a consciousness, one jati, and there is inert object world. That's another jati. So at least two jatis let us accept, Swamiji. One is conscious entity and the other is inert entity. No, not at all. Limitless means limitless. What you say as an inert is basically a conscious entity, that is Brahman. And of course, we'll say it is Satyam, etc. Later I will tell you. So, Brahman being non-dually one and everything else being Mithya, of course, does not add to Brahman at all. And therefore, if anything is added, then definitely you can consider both are limited. If 5 plus 4 you get a 9, then 5 also is limited and 4 also is limited. Then you get a bigger number. When you get a bigger number, you should understand both are limited and it both combine together to form a bigger number. Ultimately, any name and form, well, it is just an apparent and therefore cannot add to the Brahman. And therefore 100 gram gold plus chain is equal to 100 gram gold. Means you should understand chain is an apparent modification of the gold. That's all it means. And therefore, that is how their weight does not increase. Otherwise, it should increase. Gold plus chain. Now we have a word also. Two words we join. Gold plus chain. What we say is a golden chain. So in terms of words, you will have you keep on increasing. No problem. It's a bigger word now. Golden chain. No problem. But so far as the substance is concerned, it is just 100 gram gold only. Anyway, so and therefore there is no Vijatiya Veda also. There is nothing other than Brahman. Everything is other than Brahman is Mithya. Brahman alone is a Satyam. Brahman alone is Atma of everything. And in Brahman itself there are no parts. There is no Swagata Veda, being limitless, Niravayavam. And this is all from the Shruti. This is all from the Shruti. You cannot dare to say anything regarding this. You can, of course, you can definitely arrive at through logic. You can definitely do some kind of a logic. Anything which possesses a limbs will be form, will be having a form. That is limited. But some of you, if anything has a form, what kind of a limitation? All the three limitations. All the three limitations will come. The moment anything will have a form, all the three types of limitations will be there. A thing has a form, it has a time limitation also. Any form has been created, not by you, by anybody, by nature, let's say. But it has come in time, it will go in time. So time-wise limitation. Then it is, being a form, it has a special limitation. It is in a given place. Anything which has a form will be in a given place. A formless thing cannot be in a given place. And therefore, definitely place-wise limitation. And anything which has form, it's a particular object. Object-wise limitation. Clip announces itself that I am clip, nothing else. Clip, by being clip, says I am nothing else. I am not the book. I am not the computer. I am not the camera. It says automatically. And therefore, anything which is a form will have all the three limitations. What will have a form? Which has a limbs. Anything which possesses limbs will be having a form, bigger or smaller, and definitely it will be limited. Therefore, if Brahman is limitless, it must not have any kind of, it is free from. It is free from basically any kind of limbs, and therefore it is formless, and definitely it is limitless also. And that Brahman is you. Tadeva Brahmatvam Viddhi. Tvam Viddhi. May you know that you are that Brahman. Shrotrasya Shrotram, etc. That is a subject. But I need a predicate, and the predicate is Brahman. I am going to tell it a little later. Anyway, so Tadeva Tat. The word in the Shruti, Tat, means that Pratyagatma which we have revealed in the mantra number 2 as a Shrotrasya Shrotram, Manaso Manaha, etc., etc., that the inner self, that consciousness or the subject, that Tat is predicated to Brahman. Predicate here, we generally call it as a Videya. in Sanskritam we call it as a Uddeshya and Videya. Uddeshya means about which you know already something. Videya means about which something has been told to you, which is to be known. What is to be known is Videya. What is already known is Uddeshya. Anyway, so here the subject and predicate in English they always call. Like Rama is. If I don't speak, you will have akanksha, expectancy, of course. Anyway, so what if I say Rama is, then definitely you may be saying that Rama is a warrior, or Rama was a king of Ayodhya, etc., etc. So, king of Ayodhya is a predicate. Rama is a subject. Anyway, same way, Tad Brahma, the Shrotrasya Shrotram, etc., all this we have revealed to you, and that you know it as a subject now, and you say it is a consciousness too. That I, the subject, is consciousness, all this is inert, having a 5 features, etc. Well, and therefore I, Tad means that Pratyagatma, which is the subject, which is consciousness, is Brahman. This is the Pramana. This is Pramana. Your consciousness, as I told you in Panchadashi yesterday, is not so difficult, honestly. Because without any Pramana, without even opening your eyelid in the morning, you can tell that I am a conscious being. You may not tell I am consciousness, no problem. But I am a conscious being. So you are a conscious is not revealed by any pramana. Even if you don't operate any pramana, you are able to tell that you are conscious being. So simple it is. But that consciousness, that subject, I is Brahman. That's or I am limitless. Well, that is where the Shastra's role is. Shastra does not establish yourself. Shastra establishes yourself as a Brahman. That is where the uniqueness of the means of knowledge is. That you basically you approach the Shastra before that you exist, and you exist as a knower, and so you are a conscious being. And therefore Shastra does not prove that you are a conscious being. But Shastra says you don't take yourself as a knower. You surrender to me. You are pramata. You are a knower, you think, but you surrender your pramatrutam to me. You are not a pramata. You are limitless consciousness. You are not merely a limited pramata, knower. You are basically knowledge. Your swarupa is knowledge. Jnanam Brahma. And therefore, this is even simple drukdrishya viveka also is enough to say I am the subject, I am a conscious being, everything is object of my knowledge. And if everything is object of my knowledge, definitely I must be a conscious entity because I experience all the objects. And therefore they are inert and I am a conscious being, subject, object. This is simple thing. I don't think Vedanta is required for that. And therefore, basically, it is so simple. Yesterday in Panchadashi, of course, I told you that, well, consciousness, Shruti Sammata Tarka we have taken. But it is simple. If you analyze your three states of experience, you can understand in all the three states you are there. Other than you, the consciousness, nothing else is there. In all the three states. Can you tell me what you have in your assemblage will be there in all the three states? Any one thing is in a given state. In second state it will not be there. But you are the one which is present in all the three. And everything is object of your knowledge. When even this body, mind, sense complex are not there, the absence also you can know. And therefore you must be a conscious entity. We experience the absence of all body, mind, sense complex too. And therefore basically you are conscious entity. It is not a big deal. That is where there is not a pramana. Pramana is anadhigatam, which cannot be known by any other means of knowledge. And well, you can arrive with your own buddhi and little intellect and analyze your three states of experience. You can say I am a conscious entity. Everything is everything is object of knowledge. They are all temporary. They are all changing. Because the change itself you notice. You are a witness. You notice everything. So it's not Vedanta is not a pramanam for that. Vedanta is a pramanam that consciousness is limitless. It is Jagat Karanam. So you are not confined to this body. I mean, you are considering yourself that you are an indweller of the body and you are a conscious being, but indwelling in this body. You are the one who is the substratum of the entire universe. Well, that is where the Vedanta is a pramanam. So, that means that Pratyagatma, which is Shrotrasya Shrotram, Manaso Manaha, etc. has been told, revealed as a subject, revealed as a consciousness, that is Brahman. Tadeva Brahma. Tvam Vitti. May you know that Pratyagatma, that subject, that consciousness is Brahman. It is limitless. That is what I am seeking in my life. Well, I am a consciousness or I am a conscious being, but I am seeking something. I am seeking myself freedom from all limitations. Well, that Brahman which is free from all the limitations, that is your nature. And that is where the pramanam plays a role. So, now this is going on. You are able to hear me and that's fine. Anyway. So subject, the Shrotrasya Shrotram, etc. is already introduced. See, there are two things here. See, in a Vakya there are many things, Akanksha, Yogyata, etc. But more things, of course, I cannot discuss here. But one thing is there. See, there is expectancy on the part of a listener. When a teacher or let us say, speaker wants to, he utters certain words, then, well, definitely the listener also has an expectancy. So the speaker has a vivaksha, they call. Vivaksha means he wants to definitely, he wants to fulfill the expectancy of the listener and by communicating, and that speaker has a vivaksha, means he has a certain intention to convey through communication, and the listener has a expectancy from the speaker, and that is called that is called akanksha. So there are two things: a listener has a akanksha, expectancy, and a speaker has a vivaksha. He wants to he intends to convey a certain meaning. And so here also, let's say tvam asi tadeva brahma tvam viddhi. You take that sentence. If Shastra says tvam asi, you are, means what? Right? Suppose Shastra is a speaker here and he has a vivaksha. He has certain intention which he wants to convey to listener. And therefore, then definitely Shastra says you are, then definitely a listener like me has expectancy, akanksha is there. I am what? Right? You are means, but I am what? So definitely Shastra fulfills that expectancy of the listener by saying you are Brahman. Means you, the subject, which we have already revealed in the mantra number 2 as a Shrotrasya Shrotram Manaso Manaha, and that is self-revealing consciousness, that is subject, that you is Brahman. So that is what the vivaksha or the intention of the Shastra is to convey to you. And vivaksha means vaktum ichha. So the intention of a speaker, here of course Shastra or a teacher, let's say, the intention or ichha of to say, to convey. So the subject here, that is indicated by the word tvam in the mantra. Tvam means you, that is subject. It is Shrotrasya Shrotram, it is already introduced, but needs to be predicated. That you, of course, has been told as a self-revealing consciousness, but that is to be predicated by word Brahman. You are Brahman. That's what it is. So this is where Pramana walks in our life and says, well, what you are seeking in your life, that is what you are. What I am seeking? You are seeking something limitless in terms of time, in terms of place, in terms of object, object-wise also, which has no limitation of object. That is what you are seeking in your life. Well, that is what you are. So, tadeva brahmatvam viddhi. So, you may understand that to be that means that subject which is revealed in the mantra number 2 as a Shrotrasya Shrotram, etc. That subject is Brahman. So ear of the ear which is not objectified by the organ of speech, etc., and because of which the organ of speech functions, is this Advayam Brahma. Advayam means Advitiyam Brahma, where is what? That is non-dual, that is one without the second. Means there is nothing other than you. That Brahman is you, Brahman is Advitiyam, there is no second Brahman, there is nothing other than Brahman, etc., etc., and therefore, and that Brahman, Advitiyam Brahma, that is non-dual Brahman, is you. Means there is nothing other than you. Means there is nothing other than means what? Now count. There is, the thought is not other than you. The body is not other than you. These senses are not other than you. And this computer is not other than you. But let's not go outside. So everything here is you, basically. They are all non-separate from you, that is you. Part is non-separate from the clay means part is clay. And that is how everything is revealed as a Brahman means everything is you. Knower is not other than you. The object of knowledge is not other than, that is what most important thing is this. The knower is you, that knower is Brahman means knower is you. The object of knowledge also is you, and the very thought, knowing process, the very thought also is you. And so there is no difference between knower, known, and knowledge. All the three are one Brahman alone. And well, this is the difference between this jnanam and other jnanams. All the knowledge is under the university banner will give you knowledge, but they will always tell you, they will always keep the knower known difference throughout the study. You will remain as a knower, a limited knower, and known is known, whatever it may be, chemistry, physics, economics, English language, whatever it is, you are the knower that is known, and that difference will all the time remain. Pramata is all the time retained, knower is all the time retained throughout the life. Whatever you pursue other than this knowledge, other than self-knowledge, whatever pursuit of knowledge is there in the world, all will retain this knower. Whereas this is told here, the knower is limitless, means what is object of knowledge also is nothing other than that limitless, that is Brahman, that is me. And the thought also which connects the knower and known, which I will talk to you, that link also is also Brahman. Everything is you. Okay, so this is a teaching. So may you understand to be the Brahman. This is what Akhandakara Vritti. We all the time struggle. What is this Akhandakara Vritti? Akhandakara Vritti. Khanda means Khandam means all this limitation. Limitation in terms of, the knower is limited, object of knowledge is limited, that is known is limited, and the link, the thought which connects knower and known, that also is limited. All the three are different. All the three are different, we feel. But basically, we know here, the knower, known and knowledge are just resolved into one consciousness. That is Brahman. Now I can say that consciousness is Brahman. Earlier I was saying I am the subject, the consciousness. In my presence, all do that prompted activity. The mind and senses and everything, they do prompted activity. I reveal them. They don't reveal me. I am self-revealing. But that consciousness is basically is limitless, and that is Brahman. So I am limitless consciousness, and therefore knower, known, and the knowledge all are resolved into one consciousness. All are basically one consciousness. That means all the three are you. This is called Akhandakara Vritti. If that kind of a knowledge is there in your mind, where that object of knowledge is also me, and the knower also is me, that is Brahman, and this very thought which connects these two also is me. All the three are nothing but me, or all the three are non-separate from me. Anything which is non-separate from a given thing, that is that thing. A pot is non-separate from the clay, then definitely pot is clay. And therefore all the three are me. If that kind of a knowledge you have, we say you have a Brahmakara Vritti, Akhandakara. Brahman means Akhandam, limitless. And therefore you have no Khanda, no limitation. Knower is not known, known is not knower. If you have that kind of a notion, you are under the spell of ignorance. If you know that you are Brahman, all the three becomes you. And if you in your mind such a thing is that I am Brahman, which is nothing but in the form of knower, known and knowledge, you have Akhandakara Vritti. There is a lot of people ask this question all the time. What is this Akhandakara Vritti? Akhandakara Vritti. They feel there is something, some kind of a holakara Vritti, something is going to occur. Nothing of that thing is going to occur. Nothing is going to occur. All the three are one. That's all. What I am seeing right now is me. The seer is me. Me means again that me is now different me. You can understand that me means I have a limitless consciousness. And the very object, the thought of seeing, that also is me. All the three are non-separate from me. I alone is in all the three forms, in terms of knower, knowledge and known. So generally a vritti always, a thought is always, it's a connecting link between the object of knowledge and the knower. So when you say this is a pot, definitely pot is the object and you are the knower of the pot. And you have a pot thought which connects you and the pot. Pot is object of knowledge. You are knower of the pot. They both are connected through the thought. And that is how, and that thought is what? What kind of a thought, Swami? It is Tadakara Vritti. Akara means a form. So if I say this is a pot, I will have a what kind of a thought? Ghatakara Vritti. So this is the part definitely when I say pot is object of knowledge, I am the knower of the pot. They are connected through the ghatakara vritti. Akara means a form. So a vritti, a thought in the form of a pot. Well, that connects a object and the subject both. So I am the knower, and that is how everything. Now why only pot? Whole world of objects is different from me. What I know is different from me all the time. That is how we started. Vedanta starts like this. What I know, what is object of knowledge is non-I, if you remember. I am the knower. What I know is non-I, etc. We have made two boxes. One is I and one is non-I. And that is how we dumped everything in the body. Earlier it was in I category, I. And then we have dumped into non-I. Then senses dumped into non-I. And ultimately you are left with nothing, right? You are left with nothing. Just you are basically a consciousness. But that consciousness, if it is not revealed by the Shastra, that is limitless. Where you will be? Where you will be? You will be a minute particle somewhere. And that also you say, Swami, that particle also is object of knowledge. Well, that also goes. Then therefore you are basic. That is how Buddhists have arrived at Shunyam. They say Atma is Shunyam. They say Atma is Chaitanyam. But it is Shunyam. Because Veda is not a pramanam for that. If Veda they would have accepted, they would have immediately understood, oh, Tadeva Brahmatvam Viddhi. That consciousness, well, ultimately is Brahman. It is limitless. Well, anyway, this is, so basically, the whole world of objects is different from me and I am the knower, etc. With this kind of division of thoughts. There are two types of thoughts, right? Idam vritti. All is object of knowledge. Idam. And I am the knower. That is also vritti. Ahamakar vritti. I am pramata, etc. And with such division of thoughts, well, I move around knowing different things in the world. But it is all born of ignorance. That I am the knower and something other than me, that is object of knowledge. So knower and known are different. It has a basis in ignorance. When ignorance goes away, well, knower and known both resolves into consciousness. And resolves into consciousness means they will remain. Still, you will see varieties of the objects. You say you are a limitless consciousness and you say, well, I am a seer and this is a object of seeing. But both are mithya. Both are non-separate from you, the consciousness. That is called Brahmajnana. This is Brahmajnana. Even though perceptually you will see, hear, taste, everything. And object of seeing is definitely different from this, the seer. But you know very well that this such difference exists only at the superficial level, only at the name and form level. Reality is one alone. Like between chain and a bangle. You know there is a difference, definitely. That's how you call chain as a chain and bangle as a bangle. But in your eye, there is, before that, in your mental eye, that is a third eye, they call third eye. That's how Jnana Chakshu. That third eye, basically, in that third eye, you have a vision. You don't miss that vision of a gold. And therefore, you won't pay for chain maybe more, I don't know. Chain may be costlier than bangle or bangle may be costlier. That I don't know. But you are ready to pay. You cannot argue with that person. Everything is gold. That's what our teacher told. And therefore, I will pay the same price for both. No. You will have to pay whatever the price is. And you will wear also particular place. Yeah. You will not wear bangle here and chain here on the head. Everything, all transactions you will do as per the norms. Maybe society norms or any norms. Well, still in your eye it's a non-dual vision. In your eyes, that Jnana Chakshu, you have non-dual vision. So both have resolved. A chain, bangle and everything in the jewelry shop has resolved into gold. This is called Akhanda Akaravritti. There is no khanda. There are no bheda, differences in reality. The truth is one. That's what it is. Even this person, the Jnani, the Sthitaprajna does all Vyavahara. He sees varieties of the things, he tastes varieties of the things, he smells varieties of the things, he touches varieties of the things, he listens varieties of the things. And definitely he knows that object of listening and the hearer, basically. What he hears and the hearer are different, superficially. Exactly the difference of chain and bangle. That's a superficial means name and form. And they are all apparent modifications of me alone. I am Jagat Karanam. They are all born of me, like all these things are born of rope. A cable, etc. They are all born of rope. They are non-separate from the rope. And well, same way all names and forms in this world, they are all apparent modifications of me. I am the Satyam. Everything is Mithya. And therefore, there is no problem. And that's how he can see Sarvam Khalidam Brahma. Everything is me or everything is Brahman. He can say that. This is called Akhandakara. And of course, so this is also further on analysis, of course, you recognize some more thing is required. That Brahman is a basically intelligent and material cause of everything. That means the whole creation is non-separate from Brahman. And that Brahman is you. And therefore, basically, whole creation is non-separate from you. And therefore, your body is Brahman. Your body is you. That's what I am telling. I am the body. That's what I was telling you. What are you teaching after so many 3 months? So you are telling you are the body. So this is what you are going to arrive at? Okay, Tata, I won't come from tomorrow class. That's what I started with, that I am the body. And now you are saying that everything is Brahman and Brahman is you. And therefore body is Brahman and Brahman is you. Means I am the body. So that is ultimately. So Vedanta is basically all this gupsup. All gupsup it is. Sir, body is you. You are not the body. That's the difference. Vedanta is complete when both the things are clear to you. Most of the people live in the world of a dissociation. That's how Swamiji was not much happy with the Nirvana Shatakam. Mano buddhi ahankara nam, I am not the mind, I am not this. This dissociation will not work. It will lead to shunyam. Everything is me, but I am not them. Masthani sarva bhutani nachaham deshu vastita nacha masthani bhutani. Bhagavan has to tell all the three things ultimately. Because, so if you remember Swamiji's example, well, beggar is actor, actor is not the beggar. That is what it, that is when the Vedanta is complete. Everything is me. This body is me. I am not the body. When you started Vedanta, you said, I am the body. From there we have derived after months and months that body is me. I am not the body. You came with the notion, I am the body, and a given body. Just a given body, not any other body. Everything is other than me. Hato. Everything is other than me. I am the senses. This sense. If you say, well, I am all the bodies, well, you don't require Vedanta. You don't require Vedanta. I am all the senses, I am all the bodies, I am all the elements. That is what Jnani says. Vamadeva says that. I am Manu, I am Surya, I am this, I am that. If you can tell, fine. No. I am this body. Okay. Then you need an entire Vedanta course. Not 3-month course, you require a whole course. Perhaps whole life. Maybe next life. To convert from I am the body to body is me. That's a big difference. Huge difference. Body is me, body is mithya, I am Satyam. When I am the body, well, body is Satyam, and that is the reality of me also. So you are a chota. I am the body. When you say you are chota. When body is you, well, everything, body is you, thought is you, this, and your body is also me, and that body also is me, and computer also is me, everything. Because now I have anything. When beggar is an actor, the actors have a freedom. Instead of a beggar, he can become a sannyasi also, and he can say sannyasi is me. Any other thing he can say, I am that. But the actor says I am the beggar, well, he cannot say I am a rich person. But when Beger says I am actor ultimately, then definitely when he becomes a rich person, I mean rich person in terms of an acting as a role, he can say all the roles are me. That's a big difference, and that is what the knowledge does. So ultimately what you seek in your life is yourself. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Hari Om.